Hello students, today we are going to study EVS part 1, lesson number 22, that is transport and communication. So students, transport means transferring from one place to another with the help of something. So we will see what are the means of transport, and communication means expressing our feelings or our messages given to someone through a communication way. So we will see today what are the means of transport and what are the means of communication. So student, in this picture of your textbook, you can see here some pictures of means of transport. These pictures are means of transport, and some of them they travel on a road. Some of them they travel in the sea, they go in the sea, and some of them they travel in the air. So this is a ship which travels in the sea, it is a truck which travels on road, then the rocket which travels in air, and also the aeroplane. Then this is a man who is taking his suitcase on his head, that is he is walking. Then this is a donkey who is carrying the burden on his back. And this is a bicycle, and this is a motorcycle which travel on road. The means of transport we use nowadays are faster and safer than the older ones. In the olden days, in the ancient days, there were different means of transport, and now in the modern days we are having different means of transport, and these modern means of transport are safe and easier than the older ones. For example, in the olden days, man used to go from one place to another on the back of horse, and nowadays man uses car or bike or train, bus, aeroplane. These are the modern means of transport. So these modern means of transport save the time of man, and also they are safe and easy. Then man used to see logs of wood and round boulders rolling down mountain slopes. These observations gave him the idea of wheel. In the olden days, in the ancient days, when the wheel was not yet found, what man used to do? Man used to take a plank of wood. Plank of wood means a flat piece of wood, same as a scale but just a bigger one, and man used to put the things which he want to carry from one place to another on these planks of wood, and he used to pull these planks of wood. But it was heavier to pull these planks of wood. So man observed the boulders rolling down mountain slopes. He observed the things that are rolling down, the boulders that are rolling down around the mountain slope. Means it is going on rotating in the mountain slope. And man thought that if I make such kind of thing, then it will be easier for me to carry my goods. So he invented wheel, thinking at those things, and wheel was invented by man. So man started carrying his goods by the plank, and he put the wheels which he invented to the plank. He attached the wheels to the plank, so it became easier to transport goods from one place to another. Even in modern times, in some parts of the world, men and animals are still used for transport. Now we are living in the modern time. So even in the modern time, when we are having modern means of communication, some men and in some places of the world, even some men and some animals are still used for the means of transport, means to carry things from one place to another or to go from one place to another. Still, the use of man and animals are done in some place. So the goods are carried on the back of the horse or donkey or the yaks, and the Males are also used means the palanquins. The palanquins means it is a type of dolly. When we see a dolly, that dolly is also called as palanquins, which is carried by males. So these kind of means of transport are still used in the modern times in some parts of the world. Then, water, combustible substances are transported through pipes. Now we have seen of plants and animals. Now we will see about water and the combustible substances, that is the natural gas, the mineral gas. These are the combustible substances we have studied in the previous lesson. So how these are transported, how these are brought to us. So these are brought to us through the pipelines, water and the natural gases, the mineral gases, that are the combustible substances. These are transported through the pipelines. Then crude oil is transported from the oil well to pipelines to pipes for use. Now crude oil is first transported from the well to the refinery through pipes, and once it is refined, then again transported from pipes to us, from pipelines to us. Then a few centuries ago, messages were sent by tying a letter to the foot of pigeon and through runners. In the olden days, messages were also sent by tying a message, whatever it was, tying a letter or message to the foot of pigeon, and that pigeon used to go from one place to another taking that message, and the message was also sent through runners. Runners means the people who go from one place to another holding the message, taking the message. So these were the means of communication and transport in the olden days. The development of language after spoken language. The development of language. Now, in the olden times, when man used to communicate with facial expressions or the facial gestures, that he used to communicate with the facial expressions and the facial gestures. Then what man did? Man invented and man did the development of language. He started using different language to communicate with each other, means to talk with each other. And after spoken language, man also invented writing. Now, first man used to communicate only with the facial gestures, facial expressions. Then man invented language. Then after the spoken language means only man, first man used to only speak. Then man started using that language in writing also. Man started writing different things in many different languages, and this became a very important part of communication. Then man began to carve his thoughts onto the walls of caves and pieces of wood. Now after spoken language, man also began to carve his thoughts. Means he used to do design of his thoughts, whatever he thought, he used to draw it on the wood or on the stones. You can see it in the caves that man has drawn and expressed his thoughts on the stones. Animals make different sounds in different circumstances. This means that animals also communicate with each other. As humans communicate with each other in different languages, in spoken languages, in written languages and variety of languages, animals also have their own language. So in different circumstances, in different situations, animals remove different sounds and they try to communicate with their companions in those sounds. We are not able to understand these sounds, but the same animal or their companions understand these sounds. In this way, animals also communicate with each other. Then we also have the entertainment. As you can see the picture here of entertainment, there are many means of entertainment. These all are the means of entertainment, that is Shahir, then the magic show, the street play, the puppet show, the bioscope and the clown. These all are the means of entertainment through which we get entertainment, through which we get fun. Now here are some pictures given and a passage is also given. A passage is given and in that passage pictures are given. So these pictures in the passage indicates the means of communication and means of transport. As you can see, there are many pictures in the passage here and also here. All these pictures indicate the means of communication. All these pictures are of means of communication and means of transport. So in this lesson, students, we have studied about the means of communication and means of transport and how we are in the modern time now and how were the means of transport in the olden time, that is the ancient time. So students, read the lesson and complete the assignment of this lesson. Thank you.